Okay, check out what's happening here. I'm not going to write all of this out, but there's a theorem. It's about relationships between one-sided and two-sided limits. And here's the moral of the story. Relationships between one-sided and two-sided limits. All right. If, well, you have the limit as x approaches a of my function equals L, if and only if these two criteria are met. The limit as x approaches a from the left of my function equals L, and the limit as x approaches a from the right of my function equals L. All right? So if your left and right limits equal the same value, then you say you have an actual limit. That's the key. So if and only if your left-sided limit and your right-sided limit both equal L, then you actually have a limit. If you don't, then you only have a right-sided limit or a left-sided limit, which is legit. That's totally legit. But you can say I actually have a true limit. There's no plus or minus sign around this A. I have a true limit, a true value here. It's not one-sided if both the left and the right equal that same value. Okay, check this out. Example 4. I have g of x here is equal to 2x squared minus 6x plus 4 over the absolute value of x minus 1. All right? And here's what we're finding out. I want to say, what is the limit as x approaches 1 from the left? What is my limit as x approaches 1 from the right? And scoot this up a little bit. What is my actual limit as x approaches 1? Do you see what just happened here? If I'm approaching from the left and I'm coming up to 1, what is that value? 2. If I'm approaching from the right, from the right, what is that value? -2. Do I have an actual limit at 1? No. Right? No, we don't. Because the left and the right limits are not equal. So this DNE, or does not exist. Does not exist. I do not have a limit at 1. I have a couple of one-sided limits, but I don't have an actual limit at 1. If there's no plus or minus on this, that means that the left and the right meet up. Don't have to have a value there, but they do meet up. And that's the key. All right. When you have your quizzes and your test, I'm going to ask you to explain. If you say does not exist, then all you have to write is the limit as x approaches 1 from the left of g of x does not equal the limit as x approaches 1 from the right of g of x. That can be your explanation, because I want to make sure you understand why this limit doesn't exist. All right, so you just have to write that notation. Notation works great, it's math. But make sure you tell me why that doesn't exist if you tell me a limit doesn't exist. All right? Okay.